Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2509. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit and follow me here or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I could really use it. Right. So, sort of starting on time again today. Weather is another snowy day and another snowy night. It's been snowing quite hard. And so, yeah, the roof's packed with even more snow now. Just keeps going and going. It's snowing right now. Not super hard, but steady. The trap there. It's it really is like a completely different setting now everywhere. It's just very unusual that it suddenly snows this long. We're not really used to that. Usually it's like over within couple of days or a week, but now it's just like, oh, so now it's like we're in Russia all of a sudden. Just constantly snowing and yeah. And I mean, it's beautiful and it's interesting. It's just, it feels very different. The energy in the air is very different when it's snow covered all the time. It really is. Just noticing it. It feels very different. The way I go about is different. Like I'm drinking more coffees and having less negative side effects of it. It's just, if it wasn't snowing, I guarantee you I wouldn't be able to handle that. Because I haven't, like, the entire year pretty much. But now I do. And I'm really enjoying it. Would you move to Russia? No, I talked about that yesterday. Like, I actually really dislike the cold. Just my physical system. I like the idea of it, I like the beauty of it. My body does not like cold. So I mean, maybe I could get used to it eventually. I mean, your body does adapt. If you're staying in a cold place for a very long time, eventually, like, your blood and inner heat regulation becomes more attuned to the cold, because you just know eventually, like, okay, you just have to have like emergency blood to warm things up relatively quickly whenever you get the chance, that kind of thing. So your body does like adapt to the cold, and then eventually it's not as burdensome as like the first week, I guess, or I don't know how long that's gonna last. But like 2 days ago I went out and, like, even with gloves on, my hands like really froze. It was actually really painful. But then yesterday it was arguably just as cold, and this time it didn't get that painful. So just more prepared for it, I guess. Even though I had the same setting. So I think the body does probably adapt. It's just the first period when you're getting used to it that can be really painful. So maybe technically I could live in Russia And I mean, at least you have really awesome people around you that are just like, that are gonna be polite and calm and no noise everywhere. And I mean, that's not over here, it's not like that either. I mean, the Dutch people are also polite, calm, and I really like that. So I like just calm and silence. Warmer part of Crimea. Yeah, that is true. There are warmer parts of Russia. And the Russian government. I don't know, I think the Russian government is actually pretty awesome. Like the way, like from everything that I've seen, like yeah, 20, maybe 30 years ago, they were pretty rough. 30 years ago, rather. But I mean, they were still getting out of the Soviet era. And they were, it was bad back then. Like it ended really tough and tight. But I mean, the government is just so actually functional. Like they actually really try to fulfill like the spirit of the government. Like, right, you have like the law, you have the spirit of the law, and if you like, you can like twist everything to basically get your way, even though it's completely in opposition to what the spirit of the law really is, right? That's the thing. Well, the same goes for government. Like the government's supposed to like govern and do things, manage things for the people, and provide services. And like, well, a government that's tyrannical or like really, yeah, well, that's tyrannical basically. It's a New World Order, guys. Neo-feudalists, well, they're not performing the spirit of the government. Like they're not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, and which is servicing the people and keeping things balanced and providing. Well, Russia really is. Like they've been really building that, and I guess they take a lot of pride in it. Something. And I mean, everybody's really wants that, and it is. It's just very functional government right now. And it's not going to be perfect, because it's still comprised of people, and not all people are good people. But they have a very good government infrastructure, which like you're not gonna get really stuck on some kind of dead end. Like they're very reasonable and pragmatic, and it's just from what I've heard. I mean, I have not personally dealt with it. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they are like with English. I mean, they must be by now be used to, because it's so big and getting internationally more popular, they must be dealing with multiple languages. So they probably would be able to communicate English on a decent level. Because I mean, I don't see myself really speaking Russian anytime soon. I would probably get the speech pattern and all that right, be able to emulate the sound of it, but to really get their way of saying things, like it's a really different type of language. It's very differently structured from what I've understood on the surface. I don't think I'll ever really get my head around it. Draft without pay, okay. I guess. Well, yeah, anyhow. And 12 months mandatory share. Okay. Well, I'd rather be in the Russian army then. Because I mean, at least they take care of their soldiers. You're not just like, okay, you have a great time here, but then we'll send you off to the ditch to die in a ditch, blown up. Like, it's not like they just recklessly send out their soldiers. They do really take good care of them. And like the death ratio is very low compared to like the opponents. Russian and Spanish share many. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And not in. Okay. Anyway, hello Zero Drop. Right, got rolling right away. Yeah, lots is going on in the world. Especially on a spiritual level. The gears are moving. It's like the spirit of the times, let's just call it that right now, because it is appropriate, is shifting. And it is, like, it has been, like, really getting greased a lot. So it's a spiritual reset ongoing. And spiritual resets take time. They usually, like, physical thing changes. And then the spirit of the times, like, it's very common that something dramatic happens and the people don't, they stay stuck with their mindset in the way things were, and sometimes they never get out of it. And like, that is universal. Like, all societies have that throughout history, because the spirit likes to stay where it is. It's much harder to really adapt to how everything's changed. Like, when you're young, on average, yeah, you're ongoing trying to adapt. But then as soon as you like have adapted, you kind of stop and then settle at that level. That's what most people do. And they stick to that the rest of their lives. And that way every person can become like a time capsule. But that means also that they become less adaptable to if things really change around. You have to reassess, like, who are we? What are we gonna do? What should we be doing? And what are the things that we don't like to do but still need to be done, etc. Right? Like, taking the real responsibility. Well, if that suddenly all changes around, it's really hard to let go, because with some things it's like, no, we have to do that. We've depended on surviving for doing that one thing for so long, and then it's like, yeah, but now we're doing things differently. It's like, but I don't trust that. What if you're wrong? We need to keep doing that thing. Right? That sort of behavior. Like, that is really logical and normal. And that's because, yeah, when you're just dependent on certain ways of doing things to survive, and it's worked, you have a natural instinct to not let it go so much. Because what if the new thing fails and everybody gave up and you can't get anybody to do it again? Like, you could all die, like that kind of thing. So yeah, whatever, dude. Don't do that, Jigglypuff. Don't get gross. Don't do that. Trying to keep it educational and not negative. So the spirit of the times is always lagging behind, and it takes a lot of time before people realize, no, what there was is really gone. Especially if they still have ways to hold on to it. Like through videos, entertainment. I mean, dude, I hold on for my life at times to like 90s movies. Like, late 80s and 90s movies, because they really did. I didn't even see it at the time. Nobody did. You never see. You see it afterward. They captured like a way of going about and an energy that was just in the air, and like the newly emerging sound effects, technologies, right, synthesizers, and all that just came bubbling up, and it was all fresh. And I mean, it'll never come back, but I hold on to it for the life of me, because that's where part of my spirit has kind of settled when I grew up. And I kind of expected it to be like that for a very long time. I was very wrong, and it was kind of tough, because yeah, the world how it is seems to be developing culturally in a lot of ways, and how easy people fall for perversions and shit, it really puts me off. I just think like, God, it's terrible. And it's not just because I'm old. I'm so old. Like, no. I mean, the older generations, they can't even find the words a lot of the time to actually describe what has become of it, because it's real. When they're honest, it's so hellish. Like, it's like, my God, what has happened? We're older, and it's like literal hell has arrived in the behavior, in even in the art, and oh my God, religion. It's like, oh my God, it's just so insane to them. So they just want to stay out of it, which, I mean, I totally get. But they can really see the jarring difference. Well, the younger generations now, like, yeah, they literally bubble up and against it. You could argue they got spiritually immunized against it, because it just doesn't get to them as much, because they're so used to it. It's like it was like the thing that was happening. It doesn't mean doesn't have the same load, the same contrast that it does to the older generations. To them, it's jarring. Right. Anyway. Yeah, let's put that in there. Spirit of the times always lags behind dramatic. Title changes. There's logic behind all of it, and that you can like place any real person with a real spirit inside of the situation and then see how they'll naturally respond. You can simulate things with this kind of framework. Right, anyhow. The news. The US and BlackRock are working together for a restoration plan of Ukraine. Oh, I'm sure they will. Dude, I think they're just gonna try to ruin the breadbasket over there. I mean, that's really the only thing that the Empire wants out of it. Because The US seems to be a food empire, and they really want dominion with it, and like they basically want to get everybody completely under control with like giving them good food, bad food. It feels like that is actually what the New World Order is trying to accomplish with the US, at least with that side. And it's diabolical. It is. Like, don't do it. Just let it go. Just don't weaponize food. Just stop it. What if Russia had gone into Venezuela instead? Well, that would be much more complicated because, I mean, it's not their domain, Jigglypuff. Right, so when it's not your domain, you have to like pop out, get in, and then be fast and get out, and then hope that nothing unexpected happens, because that could throw off the entire plan. Right, if it's not your dominion, it's way more risky. It can go wrong way more easily. Right, but I mean, Russia wouldn't do that. Like, if it's not their domain, they're not gonna go in with frickin' war, ever. That's insane. Like, that's not their strategy. I mean, they really use war for self-defense, for their local domain. I mean, that's very reasonable. And they don't really seem to bully others, surrounding nations with it either, like at all. I mean, they used to during the Soviet era, but not anymore. So combing over their options. I don't know, Jigglypuff. I don't really know exactly what is gonna roll out of this situation. Because, I mean, they have this tenacious Soviet apparatus, like communists, South American communists, like they're their own type of thing. Very tedious, very tenacious, very rebellious. I mean, it's very typical Marxist. And they do, like, basically hold the entire government there, and, like, to replace that would be a full-blown war. And the US probably isn't, they could handle it, but it would be so heavy, like, they're not gonna. But, I mean, there's still other things. They could do, like, just strikes, like striking at individuals until one says like, yeah, no, I'll do it. They could keep doing that. I mean, it's the US. They do that sort of thing, like drone strikes, or I don't know what kind of weaponry. But to really like occupy, I mean, Venezuela is pretty big. There's a lot of land to cover. It's way bigger than Vietnam. What? What are you talking about? Their intentions. What we're getting is the story, the representation. Like, that's what they present, right, at their press conferences, government and all that. That guy Rubio, and I mean he is performing like very well. I mean, it works. Like, he's good at this sort of thing. I mean, he is a freaking warhawk. He really is. But he's like a mercenary type. He just like, okay, it's like, oh, we're US bad. Okay, fine. US bad. Oh, US good. Oh, okay, fine. US good. Like, he's a mercenary, and he is pretty good at his job. But I mean, yeah, doesn't mean he's a good guy. But he does really want to be like somebody that can be relied on. Anyway. Right. So yeah, remains to be seen what's gonna happen. There's a good chance that something else will happen. Right? That it's gonna move on. I mean, the Iran thing now is like real. They've been bubbling up revolution over there, and it seems like everybody's just like, yeah, this is gonna happen. This is gonna. So it might be green lighted for the next thing, and I mean that's. But I mean, if that's gonna happen, it's very likely that a lot of different things will happen simultaneously, because that is like has a severe strategical impact geopolitically. And very likely that at that point Russia and China will also make their moves, whatever they're going to be. Probably Taiwan and Ukraine. But yeah, maybe other things too. I mean, who knows? There might be like unexpected places where suddenly things start going down. I mean, things might start going down like around Greenland. It's who knows? Like, Trump brought that back up on the table. But yeah, who knows? Could also like suddenly jump to, like, for example, Colombia or Cuba, who knows? But it seems like Russia that the US, Trump is like opening up a chapter of Monroe Doctrine and is gonna like clean house in the domain. Like, that is kind of like part of the story that's rolling out. Once it's like you open that up, you gotta keep sweeping, otherwise it's gonna like be like a bee's nest. Like, you gotta clear it out, or you have trouble. So it's very likely that the situations will like keep going for a bit with the South America. But I mean, this will also definitely mean that the US is gonna have its forces and attention preoccupied to that region. So, alright. And so when they do that, well, it's very likely that the other big players are also gonna engage in similar processes. You could almost call it New Year's cleaning or something. Cleaning house. Is it like the springtime cleanup? There's like this thing. When was that? Where is it? Well, it is in the Netherlands anyway. Nieuwjaars schoonmaak. I mean, I just remember that. Just doing the New Year's after, like, a lot of people are gonna have like a lot of time on their hands, and they just like start to clean up the dust and like all the party stuff and all that from the December month. Clean it up. Well, yeah, maybe geopolitically that's now gonna happen for a bit, because it's been kind of messy and on tension for a while. Right, but in the meantime, everybody's kind of catching up. There's now a multipolar world. It's seeking to find its own balance. And it is like symmetrical. It's becoming more symmetrical, more in balance. So one group does one thing and then the other also does its thing. It's like everybody's doing a dance and everybody's waiting for somebody to set the new precedent. They change something and then everybody changes something as well in a similar way. And so everybody keeps, the three main players, Russia, China, US, keep doing the same kind of dance together to keep it balanced. And they're all just trying to see like what is reasonable. Don't escalate this. What would work? Like, because they're all three of them, towards their own people and towards the other nations, trying to keep things balanced. So things don't escalate. So any threat does not escalate. And yeah, that seems to be the new dance in geopolitics. Like, it's been happening for a while. I'm just starting to recognize the pattern of it more distinctly. So it's like, yeah, you can really count on that sort of thing, that they're gonna move like that. That's the spirit of the dance. Right, and in the meantime, spirit of the times of people is still catching up. Especially the ones that are really invested into a unipolar world. Communism and New World Order and international everything. UN. Because it's not operating like that anymore. It's now split. Right, it's one side you have the nations, self-sufficient nations. They've all dealt with communism one way or another. They start to understand what it is, learn to deal and defend against it, not let it take over things, like to really understand their critical infrastructure, how to let it not get infected with Marxism. And then on the other side, you have still, yeah, the beast system, the the globalists and the neo-feudalists and a bunch of gangsters, which are also like siding with that because like they're not getting rejected outright. And that's the other side, and this, yeah, this is ongoing. But I mean, on the national side, you do you basically have the United States, Russia, China, and the globalists. So it's like a fourth party. They're in everything, but they're also against all of them separately in their own way. But like, they'll trick, they'll bribe. Infected with Marxism, yes, Jigglypuff. Infected indeed. It's a spiritual infection. It's an ideology that's very dangerous. Right? And when I say Marxism, I don't mean the original early Marxism, when it didn't like yet become obvious that it is going to turn, like it would be further developed and turn into an ideology of the devil, which it really is. I mean, early Marxism is just like labor party organization. That's not of the devil. Like, laborers are definitely not of the devil. It's very important in a way. Like, I do understand that struggle. But then it just developed into this psychological reversed world manipulation system, and that is the ideology of the devil, and that is the underminer and destabilizer of nations. I don't know if Marx originally yeah, he did realize that. He just didn't realize in what kind of incredible hell it would all turn when he started out. So I'm not even like blaming the man, the individual. He was just like a developer, philosopher, idealist. He didn't know yet. He could have known. He could have been wiser, but he wasn't like really evil, I think. But it became evil, though, probably even during his lifetime. He saw it getting really corrupted and savage. Probably has a lot of regrets dying. Anyhow, it's separate from the individual. It's just a name. But yeah, that thing is really dark. It's satanic. It's distinctly anti-Christian, which is like very telling that it's so incredibly anti-Christian. It's like no matter what, that is just, that really stands out. Post-Marxism. Okay, some socialism is okay. Not the ideology. But if you're gonna go into like the early roots of socialism, then it's like, yeah, it's kind of useful to take care of the less fortunate. It's worth the investment for amicability and to prevent crime. But it's like it requires very careful attention. And the problem is that if you create a socialist system, eventually the attention will wander and things then still go wrong in some other way. That's kind of the problem. Like, socialism as a system is not very practical, but the idea of it is kind of like solid. It's like, just take care of the less fortunate, weaker, for amicable stability. It's like, yeah, if you just leave them to their fate or treat them roughly, they're probably going to become criminals, and criminals, well, do damage. So it's very pragmatic in that sense. But I mean, if you like make it a system that just this always works like that, and you leave it to a bunch of bureaucrats to manage that, then eventually the bureaucrats will do what bureaucrats do. They'll stop caring, and they'll start to get politically meddlesome. And that's the problem with it, not the idea behind it. It's a psyop from the... No, it isn't. It's okay, Chicken Puff. You don't have to be an expert. But I mean, I do put like social engineering, which definitely does also tackle socialism as a concept and as an ideology. I mean, that is definitely one of my life research focuses, to understanding it all, to see if there's something that could be done with it. Like, can you take certain traits, repackage it, so that the same problems don't re-emerge from it, right? It's like, how can you like take the spirit of social, the intention of it, and create a system with it that does not result in a bunch of bureaucrats basically neglecting people they're supposed to be managing, right? That's a very basic description, but I mean, yeah, that is the real societal change that could like change things for the better. And like all the nations are trying out things with this. The nations stepping out of globalism, they are like trying new things in a changing world. Okay, Jacob, yeah. Right, another problem with socialist societies, which it is made systemic, is it will eventually like get snowed under taxes and like financially grows out of control. Unfortunately, it doesn't provide durable systems. But I mean, what does provide a durable system these days? You know? Like, I think that the entire financial banking system fundamentally is like has a problem. Because it has been like a time of growth for a very long time. So many industrial developments. Like, that's good for banking and that keeps things growing. But I mean, now, like, it seems all way more hectic, and it's like financial instability is just around the corner everywhere. And it's because of like all the weird shit that banking systems have to deal with. And I don't know if like they say like, oh, but just do the whole digital ID and like social credit score. But I mean, it's obviously not a freaking solution. Like, it's insane. But it's because they might simply not have a durable solution. Like, they might not even be able to design anything that actually is durable. Because the situation has just become like that. I don't understand like economics enough to really determine whether that is the case or not. But I just got this feeling. Because I haven't heard any like financial masters like lay out like, yeah, if we just do this, that would fix things. For real, on the long run. Like, I've never really heard any economist about that. I've heard like enthusiasm like about Bitcoin or whatever, and of course like market advantages of like silver prices. I've heard that like 20 years ago even. But those are basically like just new developing things. Just get into that. Go to the newer thing. That seems to be more like the free market operating system financially. And is that saving the economy? Like, is it saving the economy, or is it just saving capital? It's difficult to really tell. NFTs. Yeah, no, those I mean, that's like a legalized pump and dump. Sort of. Not really. It's weird. It's like, oh, it's worth so much. People buy into it, and then it just kind of fades away. I mean, you could almost argue NFTs are another form of like money laundering or something, legalized. I don't know what like tax situations are involving with those. Like there might be like NFT like tax discount systems or something. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Maybe there will be in the future, right? Just to keep things, because I mean, in the end, what I do know about economics overall is it's all about just keeping things rolling. It just has to keep moving. Everything, the investments have to keep moving around. That's economy. Right.
It's so odd being the only gay in the village.
Yeah, let's add that. Right, so now we're at Flat Earth early, we're at 2509. The spirit of the times always lags behind dramatic societal changes, and is there no end to the banking instability? Digital ID and social credit system provably don't solve it. I don't have a solution, except just rely on your, like, the only solution that seems to exist now, which is not going to be seen as a solution to the banking guys, is it's time for banking to become obsolete and die out. Like, basically, like, we don't need it anymore. But I mean, yeah, those people are not going to accept that. And they will seduce with their wealth enough people to also not accept it. It's like, it's not gonna go away, but I mean, it can't be solved, so what the hell are you gonna do with it?
I am the only gay man in this village, and that's that.
That's my question. Is there a way to kind of like go back? Go back to a time when it was stable again? Do the banking as a service, not for their own wealth. Ha! That's a good one, right? But imagine that. A society that had an economic system like that would probably thrive pretty well. But I mean, what's to prevent those people that do that to basically corrupt and eventually become selfish? Maybe this is gonna sound weird. Maybe the solution is not a banking system reset, but a banker reset. Maybe AI bankers like would do better, would just like keep being perfect, following a system very rigidly, and then just go like that. So there's no individual that eventually starts sitting on a giant pile of money or whatever, changing things. But yeah, how the hell would that work, right? If banks were like operated by AI. Like didn't have human management. I think there's already like kind of weird companies, like even financial companies that are like automated, managed by AI. How the hell would that work with a banking system? I mean, this is outside of my scope of vision, so I don't know. I might catch on to what that is like, but right now, I don't know yet. But I mean, it might work, right? Not digital ID, not digital money, digital bankers. The managers of the money and the lending, that they become AI and not human anymore. So there's no scheming. I don't know. I just spitballing. Now, of course, there's always then going to be the issue, who programs the bankers, right? Who programs the AI or the bankers? Yeah, that should be very strictly, probably a government occasion, but not, yeah, I mean government as in democratically elected constitutional government. But yeah, eventually it has to be in the hands of some people that are going to manage it. Because could you make an AI system that literally never, that adapts and never require maintenance and is never going to go weirdly asymmetrical on you? An AI that can just update, manage based on how things develop without going wrong in some way. Is that even possible? Right? I mean, on the short term, but what if things change? What if then the banking AI refuses to adapt? It's like, no, this is the system. It's like, yeah, but this doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't matter. We're gonna keep going. I mean, it might literally suffer from boomer syndrome because it's programmed to do that. Where it's like, it's stuck to its own spirit of its time, and it's like not, it's refusing to recognize societal changes have moved beyond it. Like, that could happen to a freaking AI regulating system as well. Especially if you make it completely closed-looped, self-sufficient, that it's not being maintained by other people. Because that's a potential corruption influence, right? That's, anyway, it's very difficult to really figure it out, but it was worth pondering on for a bit. Hope you all enjoyed that. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show today. Tripolar worlds. surprising how warm it remains here in the room, despite it snowing outside. It's weird. Maybe it freezing and snowing, it's different. It doesn't cool things off as much as you would expect. Right, anyway, I hope you guys are appreciating the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up, and yeah, 1 hour in. Thought it was pretty good. And now I'm looking to see if there's some new subject I can bring up. Yeah, man, there really seems to be a full crackdown on the whole Minnesota scam, Somali fraudster scam, and Tim Waltz, which seems to be like basically a key player in it, the whole thing, covering for it. And they're really cracking down now, which is great. And I mean, everybody's waiting for some deep state player, some Marxist infiltrant, New World Order figure, deep stater, to finally get arrested. So maybe he's gonna finally be one of those people to fall. And it would be about damn time, because all the MAGA people are all very frustrated, like that are not MIGA, are very frustrated, like, yeah, this is all really cool, but when are they gonna get arrested? Because if you're not gonna do that, like, at the end, it will be all for naught. That's become a wide understanding. I mean, I've rolled that out here, and everybody gets it out there. They're all sharpening on that, like, yeah, they're seeing it. They're catching up with the spirit of the times, or the spirit of the times is catching up with the changes, with what's real. It's critical. People get these things quick because it's urgent. 3 years is nothing. It'll be over like that. Can't wait till the last minute. It's like, what if things go wrong? Then there's no recourse. You gotta get it to it right away, because things can still go wrong even when you do it right away, and then you have to take the time to adapt to ensure that will follow through. I mean, that's just the way it works. Gotta be realistic about these things. Anyway. Weird. This whole thing smells of psyop. But apparently, the January 6th Ashley Babbitt assassination, I mean, which also kind of feels like it might be a psyop. You'd hope it is, because I mean, that sweet lady, just terrible. Really hope it was fake, but I don't know. It could be very real. But apparently that police guy that shot her, they had received like 190 million from government funds for their business. Pretty much right after that moment, it's like, dude, as they say, over the top insane. It kind of is. Just an overt bribe, like a hit. Very weird. You just wonder why. What was so incredibly special about her that the government would just give that person so much money for that? It's very strange. There's something strange about that. It all smells of giant psyop, but that doesn't mean that it's not real and that there's not something behind it, but it also seems designed to basically pull you in and then get you down rabbit trails and get you in some prepared mode of operation or whatever. Yeah, psyops. And I mean, it's all full of it. January 6th. Just like the Charlie Kirk assassination is just riddled with psyop. Right? You guys still there? Oh, look at that. Giant pile of troll. Huh. Well, somebody got back to wasting all their time with troll downvoting. Guess it's nice on the views. How pointless. Let's see who's on Earth Awakenings. Let's see what's going on there. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going there. Right. Oh yeah, the interesting thing at Earth Awakenings yesterday was pretty late, and like this Tony said, be honest, informed, and he just kept frickin' ad-homming the shit out of everything, and I wasn't even having any ridiculing tone or anything, just being super neutral, super honest. I thought I dealt with that entire situation really well. I'm kind of proud of it. Jeremy was also there. He was way more like, yeah, I'm gonna bite down on the scientific method correctness, and I mean, yeah, good for you, but he obviously wasn't gonna listen to that anyway. He was just gonna see it his way. But I mean, even within that framework, you could way more like inconsistencies and hypocrisies and all that, right? Their view is not foolproof within its own suspense of disbelief. You just gotta get closer. But yeah, then the ad-homs ensue and scapegoating, and that really reveals that underneath that superiority complex resting on math, they're basically insecure. They know. They're just not able to face it. But he was like trying to pull off a giant mathematical based wizard trick because he would just really refuse to explain it. He would just show a bunch of math like this says that and that. Like, yeah, how? And then he wouldn't get into the details. It's just like, go to the University of Math and ask them, and they'll tell you too. Like, oh, they're gonna basically do exactly what you're doing and not explain it then. Okay. Just because you're mathematically incompetent doesn't mean it's not correct. Yeah, but I mean, if you can't explain it exactly how, step by step, then yeah, I'm not just going to trust you because you understand math, because I don't trust that you're even being honest to yourself when you're dealing with this. I think that desperation plays tricks on you. And then you're trying to hide those tricks in math. That's exactly what he was doing. But yeah, I really saw through that and dealt with it pretty well, and it's kind of interesting, like really dealing with like a serious ball tart again. And being untriggered. That was pretty good. I do always get them. I mean, I don't intend to, but it always does happen, and I try to address such people like really politely, and then they always just like, you're stupid, you just don't understand, and just with like hatred. Like, they always end up doing that. It's like, I'm getting really polite, like, yeah, just trying to point out exactly what's going on here without like being negative, just to establish what is what and to get things understood. And it's just, you're stupid, and you just don't trust somebody that's obviously about it. It's all at-home shit, all of it. It's like, dude, what? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to you. I'm just trying to understand what it is you're trying to claim here. That's all. It doesn't want to be understood. It just wants a virtual win and to us to wander around like, I don't understand. So he feels safe because we're not inquiring. So he wouldn't then be figured out that there's some trick to it. I know there is. Like, that's my intuition tells me like, yep, that's mathematical trickery. He's doing some weird switcheroo. And because nobody in the group was like a hyper nerd math specialist, they couldn't basically lay out, oh, he's trying to do this and that. Because he was basically saying like, oh, with the spherical triangle system math, the distances on the map. It wasn't even clear about that map, model, whatever. Based on longitude, latitude systems. With the spherical math, the distances are exactly accurate, while on the flat plane math, they are too short. That seems to be the thing. It was too short with the flat plane math everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He started off, by the way, explaining like how it is actually calculated using a flat plane. That was hilarious, but it didn't make any sense. Like, I don't know what kind of straw man flat earth math you're using, but That's ridiculous. It's like if everything is too short, sounds like it's rigged. Sounds like that's not really flat plane math distances. It just didn't make any logical sense. It just seemed like a really desperate mathematical wizardry trick to try to regain some authority over the flat earthers. I mean, it really did seem like that. Very desperate. Alright, anyway, it was an interesting situation, at least I thought so. I might do more of that, who knows? I mean, if I can keep it very calm, then I could potentially still do late online activity, as long as I just can really retain myself and not get loud in reaction to anything, because that's the real trick. Alright. This is ridiculous. How can you have 25 views but 684 downvotes? How is that even possible? Like, technically, how is that logically possible? Isn't that obvious to everybody that that's a rig? Ridiculous. Anyway, I think I'm gonna round out the show. It's been good. My shows don't all have to be long. It goes up and down. Now I just don't really feel like doing a super long show. Unless some new input happens in the chat that I can interact with. Alright. Thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 PM Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel and support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. Right. I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2510 on a Thursday. Gonna be a rowdy day, I bet, because it's every damn Thursday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Wednesday. And until the next video, keep it flat.